All right, so the next story I'm gonna tell you is about same time period, like when I was a hospital officer in Mount Carmel West, Columbus, Ohio. This was obviously before they tore the hospital down. One of the responsibilities of being an officer in the hospital, obviously, we had to do rounds throughout the hospital floor and on the grounds, and that's what I was doing during this time in this particular story. So, what is customary for a jail is, somebody is hurt, injured, or like sick, and they are beyond the medical staff at that facility, beyond the capabilities of their care. They send them to a hospital. And in this situation, Franklin County in Ohio, which Columbus, Franklin County Sheriff's Office is no exception. As big as the Sheriff's Office is, and as many resources as they have, sometimes they still got to send their inmates out to the hospital to make sure that they fulfill the their health and care, not wealth, but health and care of those in their custody. So this night, there was an inmate who was going into labor. And, in Ohio, you have correctional deputies. They're not certified. They work in the jail. That means they're not armed. They don't, and in Franklin County, they don't wear their uniform anywhere but in the jail. And they leave the jail, they take it off. And they get to the jail, they put it on. So they're not allowed to exercise any type of law enforcement duties outside of being in the jail unless they are certified or they have a commission. And the commission is having a law enforcement commission where they can carry a weapon, they're issued a weapon, and they can exercise law enforcement responsibilities outside of the sheriff's office facilities. So this particular night, there was an inmate, like I was saying, that was pregnant, and she was having labor issues. For whatever reason, in the jail that night, they didn't have a certified female deputy that was able to go to the hospital with the inmate. So they had to send a deputy to the hospital with her, obviously, to get her evaluated and get her taken care of for the issues that she was dealing with. But they had to send a male deputy with her. Now, that's usually not how it works. It usually doesn't happen that way. Usually males go with males. Females can go with males and females, but females usually get female deputies to go with them. So, this deputy, I'm going to call him Deputy P. He had to go to the hospital, and since it was me that was doing the rounds, I have to check him in, and I have to give account to whoever they bring to the hospital. It's like deputies, when they bring someone to the hospital, they bring like their arrest or inmate profile. Well, I don't even remember what the paperwork is called, but they bring that paperwork, and they're not transferring the custody, quote unquote, of the inmate to us, but we have to have an account of who's in the hospital and who's going to be watching them and who's signing off on it and from what agency and jurisdiction and so on and so forth. So he brought all that, and I checked him in, and Deputy P, those at Franklin County, they know who I'm talking about. Deputy P, African dude, man, he cool, man, that's my boy. But he brought her, they brought her, she's moaning and groaning, so they took her up to labor and delivery. And up in labor and delivery, she was up there, and I'm still doing my rounds and going through, because the hospital was huge, man. I had to go to different floors, I had to go to different parts of the hospital. But then, I get up to labor and delivery, and I'm looking, and I see Deputy P getting a gown on. And I mean, I guess, Franklin County, they was trying to get a female deputy to come up to relieve him. But I mean, her situation was developing quickly, so to speak. And yeah, so they put him in a gown, man, like a father would go into he getting ready to deliver a baby. You know how they doing a C-section, they put you in the gown too, man. And I see them putting him in the gown, and I look, and he looking at me. He got his eyes got big, like he's like this, like, and I'm looking at him, and he looking at me. And I asked him, I said, through the class, obviously, I said, hey, bro, you gonna cut the cord? And he's like, no. Anyways, man, so she ended up having a baby. I mean, they got a female deputy up there to relieve him. So he was in there, and because you have to be with your inmate. That's your person in custody. And so he was in the room, but obviously he wasn't down there cutting the cord and all that. But I was teasing him about it, and for months, man, every deputy that would come in through the sheriff's office, and even him, like everybody that would come through, I would be like, yo, man, tell Deputy P that congratulations, yo, man, my boy's a father, man. He out there, he cutting the cord and all that. And the other deputies would come through, man, they would be laughing. And I remember a couple times he had come through. And P, man, he wouldn't say nothing to me. He would just look at me like, "You're crazy, man. You're crazy." And then he would laugh. But, it was all good, man. That's still my boy. Even after the incident happened, man, we used to laugh and kick it a little bit. But I just thought I'd share that, man. That's a funny story of what happened when I was, one thing that happened when I was an officer in the hospital. So shout out to Franklin County Sheriff's Office in Ohio and the whole Mount Carmel staff. The hospitals that are still up. Had a lot of memories, a lot of good time, a lot of fun. Alright? Train hard, train often, train properly, and train safely. Peace.